Mitchell Simpson, I want to thank you so much for having us here at Deep Water Vineyard. Of course, John Burdix, it's great to see you again.
Good to see you.
So Mitchell, you are the founder of Bears Bluff Meadery. Now, of course, we had a chance to catch up a few weeks ago, John, when you came to the studio with your honey.
Yeah,
so you're co-founder of Abuzz Mercantile that supplies the honey to our friend Mitchell here. I think people are now wondering, well, what does meadery and what does honey have to do with it? So maybe you could answer that question for us.
Turns out, to make mead at a commercial level, you need lots of honey. And then I was fortunate enough to come across Abuzz, as we kind of always try to seek out local on any ingredient platform within the winery or the meadery here. And I couldn't have found a better company to work for.
Clearly, I don't think I've ever met happier people than the founders of Abuzz Mercantile, and then now you, Mitchell.
Yeah.
So I don't know, you figured life out, obviously. So what exactly is mead?
Although it is the world's oldest known fermented beverage, it's kind of the least known and the least available to us, which is kind of weird. But at its base, it's actually rather yeast converting, say, grapes into wine, or grain into beer. Mead is 100% fermented honey.
Interesting. And what is the flavor profile that is it like drinking a cup of honey?
It's actually super versatile, right? So there's so many different types of honey out there, as he can explain. And then basically you could either add fruit to it or spices. You can make mead taste like anything. It could be bone dry. Kind of a weird misconception is mead is always very sweet.
Absolutely.
Because you think honey, right?
Of course.
But actually it could be very bone dry. It could be sparkling like champagne. It can kind of be whatever you want it to be.
It sounds delicious,
Yeah.
and you're going to be pouring for us a couple of cups here. But hence, when you say that you do mix fruit into it, why we're here at Deep Water Vineyard on Wadmalaw, and as you can see, we're in their gorgeous vineyard that's ready to be plucked at any moment. But you've actually incorporated that into one of your flavors of mead.
Yeah, so it is a kind of an older style. It's called a piment. So there's all these fun old words.
I was going to say, this sounds Old English.
Yeah, but that's basically when you're co-fermenting grapes with honey. And actually, if you think about, the first, the Greeks and the Romans, when you think about the first like wines, they didn't have like white sugar. So it's kind of a throwback to the past. But yeah, we have a vineyard with 13 acres of beautiful grapes, so it was a no-brainer.
Why not, right? But John, this is obviously a match made in heaven.
It really is.
You make the honey, he makes the mead. So your two worlds collide, and what's that collaboration like? Because you have to raise the bees, you have to make the honey, and then...
Right. I mean, so Abuzz Mercantile, one of our biggest points of our mission is to work with local producers. So we source all of our honey regionally. We work with beekeepers in Georgia, Florida, South Carolina. So meeting Mitchell and partnering with Bears Bluff, it's been great because we're able to move a lot of this honey to a meadery that's going to make these awesome end result products, and they're like-minded. They're very mission-driven, just like we are. So it's been great partnering with them and working with another company that sees the value in working with local and regional producers.
I love hearing about low-country businesses coming together to create something else, and that's what you two are doing between Abuzz Mercantile and Bears Bluff Meadery. But then you're also working with Firefly Distillery to create another level of mead for a different set of taste buds.
We work with all the local farmers here, so we also produce some different wines other than the meads too. But even then, we get strawberries from Ambrose Farms. We get local blackberries, local blueberries. We even make a jalapeno wine here. But we do play with some of those fruits on the mead side as well. But yeah, as far as the Firefly collab, we age in their old bourbon casks for a little over a year. And that produces a really, really wonderful...
And when do you drink these? So I imagine you want to chill them. What's the best way to drink them?
Yeah,
Maybe I'm getting ahead of
whatever
myself.
makes you the happiest. I would say that. Room temp might be your favorite, and John might want it chilled.
Absolutely chilled.
Yeah. So yeah, really follow your own heart. If you want to drop an ice cube in there, do it. It's really finding out the way you like it the most.
Okay. Well, we're going to try a little bit just au naturel.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
Let's do that. What is the first one that we're going to sample?
Yeah, we'll lead off with Purist.
Okay.
We call it Purist because the ingredients are as follows: honey, yeast, water. Right. So this is what
a good way to start.
The other flavor element, and it is bringing quite a bit to the table, is it's aged in brand new American oak wine barrels.
Thank you.
So this is a little
Cheers.
hotter, like 15% ABV. Barbecue, so really a great way to go. You think oak and barbecue, honey and barbecue. It could also go the dessert way. So if you want, like, think burnt sugar, like creme brulee, flan after dinner. It's very, again, versatile, but
it's got a great flavor profile.
so when I say honey, yeast, and water, I have one ingredient. I need really good honey that's been cared for, not heated up extremely hot, and that's where these guys come in and give me the best.
100%, 100%. And what I am so surprised about with this mead is that once it goes down, it really warms you up.
Again, this one has some higher ABV to it.
Yeah, this is 14%, everybody. So this is not for the faint of heart. This is not something that you just, you wash down your French fries with. All right, I just want to try this one before we close this out.
Absolutely.
I got to try this one because this blends the Deep Water Vineyards, and it's got a lovely kind of rosé color to it.
Yes.
And muscadines, which is what they grow here, can be very sweet, but this has a very nice balance to it.
Very nicely balanced.
I never would have expected honey and muscadine grapes coming together and being less sweet than their counterparts. That's amazing. Well, Mitchell, John, I mean, it's always such a pleasure. Thank you so much for hosting us out here. This is so great. You've done a fabulous job. Where can people find this product?
Right now, exclusively at Deep Water Vineyard out here on Wadmalaw Island.
Okay, and Abuzz Mercantile?
You can actually find us in Lowe's Foods Grocery. We're doing some tastings out there the next few months, so check us out.
Fantastic. Thank you, boys.
Thank you.
We're back after this.